So, and then hello internet. Today is episode two. I think I'm pretty sure it's 282. Yeah, 282. We are live.
We are live.
It is a Saturday, anywhere from the hours of 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Depending on where you are in this fucking glorious country of ours.
Yes.
Anthony, in my hands are the remnants of the juiciest orange
There you go.
ever eaten by a man. Some of that juice is all over my lap. It's all over my face. All over my fingers. I will get stickier and stickier
I try to protect him.
as this podcast goes. I don't need protection, Anthony. You son of a bitch. What I need is to know the answer to the most important question. What'd it do?
Right now, I'm waiting for pandemonium to hit because right now, in the state of Ohio, tomorrow we will have a prayer day for our president, Donald Trump, because he has the COVID. He is tested positive. He's in the hospital. They are unsure if they right now is looking a little shaky. The next 48 hours will determine a lot of things.
Are you serious?
That's what people were. That's what the White House physician was saying. So
Was the word shaky used by the White House?
let me re-quote it, but it was something of that effect. Maybe not shaky. Maybe not great.
Well, I don't wish bad things upon other people. 'Cause I think that's fucking weird. Just so we're clear. So I only wish healthy things for that guy, the president of the United States. His name is Donald Trump. I'm not like afraid to say his name or anything.
Concerning. Very concerning. We're very
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, look, man. This COVID thing is weird, but I imagine that he has the people around him with the fucking tests and the technology to get him to a healthy state faster than most. So hopefully I'm right and everything works out for that guy.
yeah.
But yeah, that is a sticky situation. COVID.
It is. I'm scared only because if anything bad, if he does die, I'm not I'm not for or against his life, but I'm just saying if he does die, I don't know what happens.
Or against.
Yeah. I'm just
But if he dies, what?
I'm just scared about what happens to the internet people or the dumb people in the world. Like what do they say? What do they say now? Like my guy, he died from COVID, but it's not real. Does your brain not compute? Do you have an implode? How does that work? Are dumb people going to be telling smart people to start wearing masks now I'm not saying I'm not saying Trump people are dumb people, but I'm just saying there's a lot of mouth breathers out there that cite Trump as he didn't wear a mask and neither should I. And there's a lot of people who don't believe it that cite that or the China virus. So I'm just curious what happens with that. I'm not saying people who support Trump are dumb. I know a lot of smart people who support Trump. I'm just saying that the dumb ones, the mouth breathers, the ones in Florida that put panties over their face.
Whoa.
Or tell people that they need to breathe they're on.
Maybe that was all that was in their car. You know?
Maybe.
You think they want to buy another mask for $6? They've been getting fucked $6 at a time every time they step out of a fucking car and try and go into a gas station. Oh, I forgot my mask at home. $6.
This is what I'm telling you.
$6 you can buy your fucking cigarettes and your Red Bull so you can go to your job and do your job without killing anyone.
Sounds like you. Sounds like you didn't think you should be thinking like a black person. Watch this. I'll show you.
Dude.
I'll show you.
No. I hear you. But that's not really socially acceptable. Even though if I can pull my shirt up and if it were to stay, which it won't.
Yeah.
Right? Then in a way I could be mildly compliant for a brief period of time. Right? You're gonna still be treated socially like you're a piece of shit.
So? It's
People feel that. People feel that.
Do you feel that, Darren? Darren, do you feel that?
No, but I also don't put myself in that position.
There you go.
So every time I've been out of my house and realized that I'd forgotten a mask, I've had one of two luxuries. Either A, the luxury of a friend that had a mask, or B, the luxury of an additional shirt. So that additional shirt I would tie around my face and then tuck into the collar of my original shirt.
Right.
Run into the gas station, get my fucking Red Bull, buy my cigarettes, and leave. I said what I said.
Yeah.
And leave. Right? So I get it, but this gimmick.
Hey man, I've seen a lot of people get away with that, and it's pretty funny.
You've seen people get away with it, yeah, but like for how long? Like in line at a convenience store.
I'm talking about a long line at ice cream, going to get ice cream. I'm talking about like there's a lot of people to get ice cream. You
Going to get ice cream.
Yeah, this dude was outside and he was just this the whole time.
You know, when there's ice cream, there's children. Don't you care about the children, Anthony?
No, I do, but not that guy did it. He was like, I'm just here to
He
get.
didn't give a fuck.
He's like,
He's trying to get a sundae
exactly.
and trying to get his dick sucked.
And I bless it, and he's blessed for doing that. I bless him and bless his family and everybody that you know breeds from that man.
All right, so I asked you what it do, but I'm going to answer it for myself, Anthony. I'll tell you what it do.
Yes. What does it do, Darren?
Since last we talked, I posted several things on the internet. One was a joke. The second was a nude with a joke. And I want to discuss these things with you.
Oh, God.
Now, I assume you have not seen these things. Am I correct?
Sadly, I have seen the nude, and I have not seen the joke. So I'm like, Jesus. I think I just stopped when I saw the nude. I just stopped looking. I'm just like, all right, this is like I just felt bad for your mother. That's all it was. I was like, even if it's not true, I'm like, hopefully it's not true. If it is true,
it is true.
I feel bad for your mother.
Look, if you look at my Instagram right now, on my main feed, there's an entirely tasteful picture of me with my guitar, covering everything, including like my abs and my chest and my crotch. But I'm definitely naked in that picture. So I'm just holding my guitar and I'm playing my guitar.
I don't think that was the picture I saw. Was there?
That's not the picture you saw. That's
Yes.
not my point.
Yes.
This is my first point. This is my first point. So that was the first nude on IG in quite some time. Me and the guitar. Onto that picture, my mother commented with a heart.
Yes.
Do you see where this is going now?
I see where this is going.
So I posted a nude on the internet, which my mother thought inappropriate to comment upon. And so then I posted a nude that was not appropriate, but I made it like internet safe by putting a little emoji over my butt crack, right? Yeah. But for the record, for anyone, like, for all people know, I'm wearing clothes. But I'm not.
Yeah, it's like, hey, buddy, like, we don't have to lie to people anymore. It's okay.
But I'm not. And next to my body, I wrote in a little passage, like, my mother follows me and will likely comment on this. That was essentially what I said. Like, which is just a way of me saying, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's essentially saying my mother will love me regardless.
Yes. No, I agree. I think that's
no matter what it is that I do, my mother will continue to love me. And so that gives me a feeling where I don't have a lot of fear in me right now. And I feel like I was walking around with more fear in me than I was aware of. And I think like doing things like not drinking for a while and being a little bit more clear in terms of like my psychology and like the way that I process my feelings and shit. I think has led me to being a little bit less fearful in my actions and in my thinking patterns. And just being like, look, man, if you're moving with like love in your heart, good intention, and diligence, like if you're willing to do the work to back up the love, then there's nothing wrong. Everything's fucking fine. Do your shit. Like this morning I woke up and I was kind of in a weird funk. You know what I mean? And so I was like, all right, step one. If you're fucked up, and I wasn't like super, super weird, but I was a little weird. If weird's a scale from 1 to 10, I was at like a 6.
okay.
Right?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like I've woken up on the wrong side of the bed, but I'm not like dangerous but I'm definitely weird. And I don't need anybody else to feel that, right? Nobody else needs to have to bounce off my bullshit. So I'm like, all right, what can I do to get right? And I wasn't sure. So I sat in bed for a while. And then I started being like, all right, escapism doesn't serve you. So you can't like watch Buffy. You can't watch wrestling until you feel better because you have to go serve people. You have to go teach. So what can you do to change your state quickly? And I just started scrolling through my YouTube feed and I came across a Sons of Anarchy passage. And it was just Jax Teller giving a monologue. And there was something about it. It was about a minute. Of Jax Teller, the character, played by the actor Charlie Hunnam, just speaking, right? And it just reminded me of like, I don't know, it sounds strange, but it sounded like a prayer to me. And I was like, I'm just going to listen to this for a while. I listened to that about 30 times from the time that like I was getting dressed, getting into the shower, getting my gear ready to go teach, right?
Yeah.
And I just like started like kind of meditating on some of the themes that he was talking about. And like by the time I finished packing my bag, I felt fine. I felt good. I was no longer in this funk. I no longer felt like I might be a detriment to my friends that live with me. I felt like I was good. And then I was like, all right, but it was also time to go. Right? So I wasn't going to really see them. But I went and I taught class. Class was fucking dope. And I feel like as I've been teaching recently, I've been learning more jujitsu. And like really learning really basic ideas on a deeper level. And I wanted to share some of that shit with you. I wanted to share some of that shit with our beautiful and loyal Love and Chokes audience. And we were speaking offline, the two of us, about changing the format of our beautiful podcast, Anthony.
Yes.
And I figure if we share these two videos with the people, that this will be a preview in a sense of what it might be like to have this new format. So what we're thinking about, you guys, is giving you guys a shorter podcast, not because we love you any less, but because we love you more. Because we value your fucking time. So we'll give you a shorter thing. And we'll also give you guys some little segments. Some of those segments will be things like interviews, instructionals, opinion pieces. It could be a porno. I don't know. It's not going to be a porno.
No.
Because Anthony has to watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to make Anthony do that.
And I also have a job.
That's the only reason, though. The only reason it's not a porno is because I love Anthony. Just so we're clear. Just so we're clear. I feel that wild right now.
Oh, my God. All right.
Don't get it fucked up. That's how I feel. But as an introduction to this new format, let's share with you guys 2 technique and opinion videos by me that I shot today. One is a response to a self-defense position, right? And the other is talking about a very common escape. And so, Anthony, I think we should throw to both videos.
Yes.
We'll go back-to-back videos, and then we'll come back and we'll talk to the people. And I would like to see the videos with the people.
Sure.
All those things are possible?
All those, you will see them, you will not, but you will not hear them.
Oh, I won't be able to hear them.
You won't be able to hear them. You'll only be able to see them because unless you're watching the YouTube stream yourself, there's no audio. No audio goes back to you, so there's no feedback for you.
You son of a bitch. No, I'm kidding. It's not you. Okay, wonderful. I will mute myself when you hit play so that I can watch along with the audience.
Sure. What would you like to see first, wrist pins or side control?
Let's start with the wrist pins. Let's start with the self-defense.
Okay.
Hello, Internet! I don't know what else to fucking do.
1 second.
Okay, so
It's okay. All right, so guys, enjoy the video, and I want your fucking opinions on this. So if you're watching this shit, slide in my DM and talk shit to me. Fucking comment on this shit in the goddamn page here, in the YouTube comments. Let me know what you think. Anthony, let them see the video.
Yes.
hello, Internet! I don't know what else to fucking do. Okay, so there's a position that I think is neglected in people that say that they teach jujitsu for self-defense. I think that people neglect this one position. I know I didn't know the answer to this position, even like as a brown belt. Shout out to my boy in Columbus, Ohio, Robin Giesler, because he's the guy that showed me the answer to this. And it's shocking actually that we don't know this. So one of the things that I know for a fact people that don't do jujitsu fear, and they wouldn't describe it this way, but they would say the person is mounted on me, both knees over, one knee over top, yes. And now the person has gotten hold of my wrist through the struggle, and they've pinned him to the ground. This position is in every horror movie. This position is in every fight movie, and it's in every woman's nightmare, to be frank. And the reality is that once the person on top of you knows how to fight, he will likely see double wrist pin grips as low value and not take them. There's a reason why excellent fighters don't know the answer to this. It doesn't happen to them. They're not afraid of it because it's not a part of their life. But if you're afraid of this position, Casey, hold me down, dog. I can't just get out of this when I feel like it if I don't know how. When I try to push him off of me, I feel even more helpless, which just gives that fear compounding interest. So what I've got to do is this. I'll bring my feet very close to my hips, and I'm going to lift my hips and rotate my wrist down toward my hips. He has to let go. He has to. My wrists were pinned in the course of the struggle. I don't push back and panic. If I lift my hips and bring my wrist down toward my hips in a circular motion, I can get rid of this guy. And if I keep my hips in the air, I can keep his hands heavy enough to perhaps trap an arm. One of the things I can't do is lift my hips, get way to his hands, then drop them and try to wrap an arm. He'll just pick it up as I go, and I'll have nothing. These are the things, thank you. These are the things that we should definitely know if we're gonna say that jiu-jitsu's for self-defense and shit. If we're gonna talk that shit. We gotta make sure that if some dude with a beard and a beater get on top of our girlfriend and pins her down by the fucking wrist, that we can give her an answer that helps her sleep at night. Instead of just being like, you know, babe, you gotta train a lot, you gotta come to a lot of classes. You know, that's never happened to me. Maybe it's because I keep good position. That answer fucking sucks. We can do better.
Then next up, we will be doing the side control video.
Hello, Internet. The following video is based on an assumption. The assumption is that most of us get taught to escape side control the same way, and that we all experience a great deal of failure trying it this way, and that we rationalize things so that, like, we'll say sentences like, well, if he's holding you that tight, you might have to just wait. People say shit like that. Intelligent people, tough guys will be like, oh, you're late. And I think they say this because of the method they're using for escape. So this person has essentially everything. He has side control, he's got control of my head, he's got the far side underhook. And I'm gonna get what I was always promised. Casey, you know what I was promised? Frames. I was promised frames. So let's give me what I was promised.
So we got a grip here.
Yeah, dude, I have a grip here. And now put the weight on me. And I believe that most people are told to bridge and shrimp. To bridge into this guy and then shrimp away. So I'm gonna bridge into this guy and shrimp away. No, don't be nice. And that's what happens. Do you see?
Yeah.
That's what they'll let me go. That's what fucking happens. That's what fucking happens. That's what happens. So like what happens is, we try it and it fails miserably, and then the guy on top decides, maybe I'm just being a dick.
Yeah. I'm holding him down too much.
Maybe I'm being a dick. And so they pull back a little bit. And there's something nice about that depending on what you're training in the moment. Like, if I notice I'm getting over, I'll back off a little bit.
You think I come back?
We'll meet in the middle, and I'll train in the middle. But when we're drilling, I need to know it works.
Yeah.
I need to know it works. I don't think that I can bridge into you, and here's why. All of your structure is pointing in that direction. So even if I have my promised frames, right? I was promised these.
These sacred
So
frames.
even if I have them, when I go to turn into you, do nothing. Literally do nothing. When I go to turn into you, there's a lot of you in my way. There's a lot of you in my way, and all of your structure naturally pushes back at me when your weight catches against the floor. And if you were to drive off the floor, now it feels catastrophic when I turn. Does that make sense?
Nothing.
So I don't think we're supposed to do that. I don't think we're supposed to try to roll to you. I think I'm supposed to basically try to roll like over this section, over that top section of my shoulder.
Yeah, it's all the weight's out.
So I start lifting my hip, and at first nothing happens. Then I can start to feel my chest start to connect to you, and now you start to move a little bit. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
As my chest starts to move you, I lift my elbow up, and now you're off of me.
I want to re-grip.
And now I can let my hip fall and turn to my side, as long as my elbow frame supports your weight, and I don't allow you to touch this part of me.
Flatten back down.
Because that's going to repin me. So what else can I do? I can't extend this hand. Because if I extend this hand, you'll swim this through and you'll find me again. So I've got to bring this hand in. So that when you go to find me, that underhook slips right the fuck in. Does that make sense?
Very much.
So I can't turn into strong giant dudes. Especially if they're really holding me. Now hold me tight. Like for real. Like,
Yeah.
like your mom is hostage, or someone else's mom that you like better is hostage. And if I get out, they gonna kill your mom. Right?
Gotcha.
I think if I turn into you, I die right away. Utter frustration. I lift and lift you, and I turn whatever the fuck I want. Whatever the fuck I want! Now where was that?
It's such a simple placement of your
Where
elbow.
was that?
That is literally just a gap.
That's basics.
Gate.
We don't know basics.
I don't even know jiu-jitsu.
Nobody does. That's it.
All right, so.
All right, Anthony.
Let me take you off of the screen so you can see me. Stop sharing. All right, so.
All right, first of all, I'm gonna jump in here before the people give their opinion. I think this format works.
Yeah.
I think we can do this.
Okay.
All right, so second of all, I'd like to know your take on the very first video. What are your thoughts on whether or not that's a position that you've seen taught in a lot of academies? Like, is that something that people teach?
No, I don't think so. Like, I don't think the idea of pinning somebody's wrist down is a thing that's taught because, like, I don't know, that's my move. Like, as creepy as it sounds, like, it is my move. Like, I do that. Like, I am that person in jiu-jitsu that values that because I think it's funny that I can do that to grown men and they don't like that feeling. And that,
Yeah, please only do that to dudes.
Yeah,
You're going to trigger a lady you train with and be
Yeah.
like, don't do that to a lady.
I would never
Like,
do that
just
to a woman.
only do that to dudes.
Yeah, I do that to dudes where
You
I
only
pin.
do that to a lady, and then in a class where it is a part of the move,
Yeah.
don't do that to a girl. But yes, you can make dudes feel super helpless if you want to. You can pin their wrist all you want.
Yeah, that's kind of been my idea, is like thinking of like dumb guy things that you don't think about in jiu-jitsu anymore, but you can do to other men that make them feel helpless. Like
Like throat grabbing.
like yeah, exactly.
Dude,
Yes.
you know how much throat grabbing I do when I roll hard?
A lot.
I do throat chopping.
I know you do.
Like, if you come at me with a shitty shot from far away, the double throat chop, ayah, is coming right at your neck. And like recently, I'm not naming names. Recently, I had to double throat chop somebody that I really like multiple times.
That's super funny.
He got that throat chop. Plus, every time he tried to sit up, if I was passing his card, he tried to sit up, I'd be like,
Just
right in his fucking throat. But
Hey.
you don't do that to civilians and to I don't do that to regular people.
I just don't
but
do it
if
to
you
women.
scrap or you're about to do a tournament, I grab you by the fucking throat.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but I do agree with you that it's not taught. It's not taught that much in like academies. And
Which is crazy because that's one of those positions, man. Like when people think of the things they're afraid of,
right.
they're afraid of being strangled. You know,
Yeah.
they're afraid of being punched.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, all these self-defense guys teach the same 3 moves. It's like, the guy grabbed me by my shoulder. I'm going to reach up, wrap the arm. And it's like, well, maybe these are the only 5 fucking self-defense moves you know. And so those are the ones you teach because those are the ones you fucking know.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe you should figure out that there are people that are actually afraid of real grips. You know what else is another grip that people are really afraid of that nobody fucking has good answers for, in my opinion?
What?
I've never seen a good answer for.
What?
hair grab.
Hmm.
I've never seen an answer that satisfied me for what a person should do when you grab their hair. Now, I keep my hair particularly short, right? So that's my self-defense for it. But I highly doubt that, like, the next woman I date will have hair the same length as I do. I highly doubt that if I were to have a daughter, she would want to have her hair length the same as mine is.
Yeah.
It would be good if I could give them some kind of information that would help them in that position. And I've spent a decent amount of my adult life studying these positions, still haven't seen a technique that I truly think was like, that's innovative and makes perfect fucking sense to me. Haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. That's fair.
You know what I mean? So I think that when you claim that you teach self-defense primarily, right? So I guess I'm looking at all these fucking Gracie schools.
Yeah.
Like, make sure that you really do that. Make sure that you have the answers that actually empower these people the way they came to you to be empowered, because that's what they came there for. And so if they don't get what they paid for, give them their fucking money back. You know? Like, figure that shit out. So that's just my take on it, man. Like, we have to be very cautious when you're in that lane of self-defense, because you're not just talking about things that an athlete's going to do, because the athlete's going to try it and it's going to work, or it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And then they can just, like, fire you or something. That's fine. But, like, a regular person that comes to your door and says, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to self-defense, and I want to fix that. Or they might be saying, I experienced a great deal of trauma throughout my life, and I'd like to solve that through learning self-defense.
Right.
Or they might be saying, hey, there's an immediate threat in my life, and I want to prepare myself for the day I have to deal with that physically. These are all things that are very vulnerable statements this person is making. And then they hand you money right after being vulnerable. So if you're going to sit in your fucking Tesla and fuck around on your phone, then you better also fuck around with your wrist pinned to the ground the same way that Sandra, who just signed up for a year of your fucking classes, she's afraid of that position, dog. Sandra's scared of that. So make sure that you take care of Sandra and you give her peace of mind. And then I got no problem with you pushing that Tesla.
There you go.
You know? I like your Tesla.
Eco. Green.
The second video is that side control video, the side control escape. And I really think that most people bridge into the person directly. They try to bridge in, push the guy off of them, and shrimp immediately. And they fail all the time. And their teacher's like, oh man, you're late. You should never let him hold you.
Yeah.
Now that he's holding you, you might have to wait. Dog, waiting is not an option. There's no waiting. Because we're either talking about a real fight or we're talking about a fucking match. We're never talking about training in the academy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're either talking about a real fight or we're talking about a match. And you don't have time to fucking wait in either of those scenarios.
Yeah.
You may have to go now. It could be short time and you need to score. And your coach is going to be sitting there and just wait for him to move, bro. He's stalling. Wait for him to move. If my mom's on fire outside my house and some dude is holding me down in side control, I can't be like, Mom, he's stalling. He's stalling, Mom. I'll be right there.
1 second.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And, like, that answer shouldn't satisfy you. You've got to wait. You're late. That's an unsatisfying answer. So stay unsatisfied by it. No matter who gives you that answer, it's fucking wrong. Real talk.
Yeah.
It's always wrong. There's something they're not seeing, or they don't want to do, or they don't want to research. Mainly, they don't want to say, I don't know. Whenever you hear, oh, you're very late, if it's not immediately followed by a breakdown of what the time is and what counters fit into what timelines, because you might be very late. In this case, you are very late. I can think of several things you could have done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To make sure this never happened. But the answer does not stop at, oh, dude, you're late. You've got to wait now. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Anthony, do you have any weird news?
I do, but I want to go back to that side control thing. I had one
Let's
quick
talk about
question. One quick question. So,
Yeah.
is it artistic choice to hide your bottom arm?
Ah, this is a good question. Okay. To hide your bottom arm makes sense if you're definitely not going to go forward with your head.
Okay.
Here's what I mean. If I go forward with my head, then my head is going to travel out with my neck without the rest of my body attached to it.
Mhm.
And that makes my neck extraordinarily wrappable for guillotines.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So in this case, I would advocate for escaping but shooting the arm up high and connecting the arm to your head.
Okay.
But if I were getting my guard passed, if you were in the middle of passing my guard,
Yeah.
and I didn't have to bridge, I just had to turn to my side and run my shoulders away, I would probably tuck my bottom arm so you couldn't get a hold of my elbow.
Gotcha. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a nuanced question, Anthony.
Yeah.
I don't know how many members of our audience can follow that.
Yeah.
But if you can,
In the weeds.
if you're along for the ride, then I appreciate you. And if you're curious, I appreciate you. And if you're mad, I still like you.
There
I don't
you go.
appreciate that. Don't be mad. You're hating ass. Now hit me with this weird news.
All right, so let's go. Where is this weird news? So New Jersey, come on, load up. New Jersey, what is it? New Jersey, something. I want this to be there. If not, New Jersey hypnotist faces sexual assault charges for allegedly subjecting clients to prostate exams.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
Is this a man?
This was a man.
Yeah. Usually gross acts of sexual violence are done by men. So he's hypnotizing dudes and then finger banging them, essentially.
Allegedly, that's what's going on. They have not confirmed if this happens while they're hypnotized, or if they just get a prostate exam. Even though this guy is definitely not a doctor, and anything like that. So he's definitely.
So what how does he get these men in his care? Like, are they going in because they want to be hypnotized? Like, they want to cure their smoking habit, or like they want to stop snoring or some shit? And next thing they know, they've got lube all over their ass. Like,
I
I'm
mean,
serious.
I don't
Like,
I don't know yet because it's still an ongoing case. But right now,
It's like, how are you discovered? It's like, did I go into my fucking Instagram and I was like, you know what? I need to find local hypnotist. I'm sick of smoking cigarettes. Hello? Barry? Hi, Barry. Yeah. Can you help me with the smoking? 2 o'clock? $45? Psh, I'm there. You hang up on Barry.
wow.
And you show up at 2 o'clock. You give him $45. And he's like, look, you're going to go into a deep sleep. Next thing you know, you're in the sunken place from Get Out. And this fucking asshole has got his fucking double fingers in your butt. It's terrible. Ugh.
Well, he has 0 reviews.
Well, who wants to talk about it? Like, don't see this guy. He's going to finger fuck you. Like,
I mean, this guy's at least been going on for 3 years, so there's that.
Whoa.
I'm looking at his Google because apparently he's open tomorrow at 10 a.m. I mean 11
But here's the
a.m.
real question. All right, first of all, we should book an appointment. Second of all, do you think he has repeat customers?
He has a website. Let's see what the website says. Oh, let's look at the website. Let's look at the website real quick. Share screen.
Don't put his face on, because
We-
he's saying that he does something he might not do.
I'm not sharing with the audience.
Are you sharing it with me?
Just with you, yeah, just with you. Not sharing with the audience.
Oh, he does this.
Yeah, he-
Audience, I'll tell you right now. Just judging by the looks of this motherfucker, this sick bastard is definitely doing this. He allegedly finger bangs dudes while they're
Strength training. What is young athlete? Oh Jesus! Drive, development, responsive in
He allegedly.
hypno coaching for young athletes, resistance
This
training.
is
for
real.
Oh,
He
man.
definitely does
He
it.
does this for
He's creepy.
everybody. Kids. Oh, this is gross.
Yeah, that guy needs to be locked away.
Easy weight loss. If this was weight loss was easy, why wouldn't you lose weight, dude?
Because you can't hypnotize yourself, Anthony.
Oh, that's right.
And the audience doesn't see the picture, so they don't know that he's a big fat fuck.
Yeah,
But now they do.
you guys can if you guys just look up hypnotist New Jersey, you guys can find pictures of him. He's a creep.
Oh,
All right, next
he does look creepy.
next article. Lady Ninja, the 67-year-old who beat up a man attacking her friend and saved her life. I thought this was
Yeah.
I thought this was an Onion article, but no, this is real.
Now, is she just a crazy old lady, or does she have actual skills?
I don't know, but they literally give her a caption of I'm the master of assassination. It says when asked her about her martial arts skills at her Fonte, California apartment Wednesday home, who likes to be called Lady Ninja and has a black belt in jiu-jitsu, said she,
Yeah, but like a black belt in jujitsu doesn't mean that she's the same thing as like I or you will be, right?
yes.
Like jujitsu is an all-encompassing term for martial arts sometimes.
Oh, I
right?
know.
So down the
we're doing so
the
well.
street from us was a jiu-jitsu school in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
and I went to that academy, and they were clearly teaching like karate and some bullshit and some real shit.
Yeah.
And some things, when I say bullshit, I mean like they were like, all right, now we're gonna do our Muay Thai kicks, and they weren't Muay Thai kicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've trained Muay Thai a couple times, not enough to be like, I'm a Muay Thai guy,
Right.
but like I know what a fucking Thai kick looks like. You know what I mean? It definitely is not a kick that would tear your knee on your planted leg, and that's what I was seeing. So like, there's different levels of what jujitsu is. And so if she's calling herself a ninja, the chances are she's doing a Japanese art or did that art at some point through her childhood, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a weird thing. So, lady, if you insist on being called Lady Ninja as well, I think that's evidence
I
that
know.
you're a crazy person.
But listen to this fight,
But
though. Listen to this fight.
sometimes you're feisty.
Listen to this fight. The technique she pulled off. I had to bend his fingers back to get him off of her because this dude was this 105'9", 170-pound assailant. This dude was 59 years old. Was attacking her friend who was 82. And
Oh, shit.
so she bent the dude's finger back to get him off of her, and then she said he was screaming because that was one of my techniques, the bent fingers. Then
Yeah,
then I went.
that's real.
I know it's
That's
real, but it's
Keep
fun. It's
going,
just,
old lady. Fuck him up.
it's just funny the way she says it. Then I went boom with my elbow twice in his sternum, and then I like just the
Yeah.
description with the things. And then basically, then they talk about like this. Then I guess that was the end of the fight. I don't know what happened. I don't know if she held him down or whatever it was. She chased him
Dude,
away.
all it takes is two to the sternum from Grandma Ninja. She drops a fucking man. Aya, aya.
And then
Upward elbow strikes. Cha.
I like the other thing she says is like, I'm getting rusty in places. She said, adding she would have done more damage if she had been a bit better prepared. Was impressed. I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
dude, she gotta train more.
Yeah.
She gotta keep those skills sharp, dog. Kiai. Well, good for her. I'm glad that she was able to help her friend. I don't think she should call herself
Oh, we're doing so well.
Lady Ninja. It's also good that she was able to have enough confidence to intervene and didn't get herself in just as bad of a state, right?
Yeah.
Like the worst thing that happens is when someone's like, I have martial arts training. And they're like, I'll intervene because they did some bullshit in a basement when they were 7 with some dude with a mustache and a social issue. And like then they're like, hiya, I'm going to step into action. And now you really just made matters worse.
Yeah.
Now there's 2 victims instead of 1.
Yeah.
Right? But she was able to get the finger pull. And finger pulls are real.
Yeah.
Right? So much so that they're illegal in real combat sports, right? Because they work and they hurt a lot and they
Yeah.
can break your fingers. Right? So if you break a fucking random person's fingers after they're doing an attack on someone else, you can disorient them for enough, and then you hit them with a couple times in the fucking chest, and they're like, maybe I don't really want to beat up this old lady like I thought. I need to get the fuck out of here. You know, what happened to my fingers? You know? Like, so, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's kind of crazy. I just want to know how.
Lady Ninja.
Yeah.
I support the Lady Ninja, but I don't encourage other aspiring Lady Ninjas to intervene. I would think that's a bad idea. And just by looking at her, I knew she was a little bit off. Like, why are you wearing one hand wrap? Like, what the fuck's going on? Anthony,
Yes.
before I bid you adieu,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I want to show you my friend.
Sure.
And I don't know, did you ever meet my friend Ziggy?
I have not met your friend Ziggy. No.
So I'm a bad friend and I don't pay attention to anything on social media, right? So today I see a picture of my friend Ziggy. Here's my beautiful friend.
It's
Can you see our internet?
mind you, it might be kind of blurry just because of the
Right,
connection
so that's
issue.
my beautiful friend.
Yeah.
And on her neck is a giant patch. And it says, the caption is titanium skeleton C5/C6.
Jeez.
This bitch is becoming a robot. And I did a little bit of texting and DMing with Ziggy today, and I just want to put that love out there. Like, I fucking love you, Ziggy. I hope that you get a full and fast recovery, and you become the robot you've always wanted to be, baby. We fucking love you. C5, C6 today, maybe a whole titanium spine by 2050. We can only hope that you'll be the beautiful robot we've always hoped you would be.
Yeah, C3PO tomorrow. There you go.
For now, Anthony, I must bid you adieu. Goodbye, Internet. XOXO. Anthony